Good morning. Lord Jesus, what a night. You know, had a great little stream over there on DeadOnDave last night. I was a little bit tired yesterday. I had stayed up way past my bedtime Sunday evening. Was listening to Xylee stream Sunday evening. And she was going over everything that had transpired to date with this whole returning of homeboy Edwin's generations, Alabama Edwin, and as she says now, Ohio Edwin. I had made the decision that I was not going to talk about this old mess, because it was just it was frustrating. I think that's the right word. It was frustrating. It was convoluted. It was murky. It was all tangled up. It was like, you know what it was? You know, when you go and you get your Christmas stuff out and you start to decorate your Christmas tree and you grab those Christmas lights out, and it's just like one big giant ball of twisted tangled mess, and you're like, how in the devil did it get this way? I don't remember putting them up that way, but it seems like from one Christmas to the next, they morph and masticize into a it's a mess, right? So I wasn't going to do it, right? And the second thing is I really felt like, quite honestly, this is my personal feelings, my personal opinion, and I'm not telling anyone else what to do, and I'm not going to tell anyone else how to do things or anything like that, right? But I just felt like, one, I didn't have a dog in the fight. And two, if, huge if here, right? Colossal if here. If any of the things that was being alluded to, if any of the things that potentially occurred, I just felt like I didn't want to in any way signal boost, to in any way draw attention to potentially give any type of win into either of these gentlemen's sales, right? Now that there's been nothing said, there's been nothing that's been done to say, all right, take them out here and find a real tall oak tree and a real short rope. There's been nothing like that, right? I mean, we haven't had any type of damning, completely just unrefutable, scathing, right? We hadn't had anything like that. We didn't have nothing like that, right? And I'll be quite honest with you, I still don't think we do, right? We have streams being made everywhere. We have statements by Edwin that is, how do I put this? He has done a lot of talking without saying anything. Right? I think that's 100% a safe consensus, right? I don't think I'm really climbing out on really thin branches or limbs to say that. He's had a couple of streams. He very, very briefly, I really didn't watch the second one. I have no intentions. I did watch the first one just simply to see if he was going to be a man, if he was going to stand tall and take the lumps. But he didn't. Matter of fact, all the things that he said, all the things that he hurled at, at other people, things that he was a part of and degraded people. Degraded, is that the word I'm looking for? Probably not. Brigaded, whatever. You guys know what I mean. And then when the chat was it was a little unruly, but it wasn't anything horrible. There's a few tomatoes emojis in the chat. Come on. Right? It wasn't like they were, I don't think they were being, I mean, how many people's streams, how many people's chats were taken over by a certain little emoji? But he can't stand a tomato emoji? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to put a pin in that for right now because I've got a couple of things that I want to talk and discuss, but we're going to come back to that. So that's a little teaser. I think maybe you guys can kind of see where I'm going with this. Let me blow this up a little bit here. We got some birds out here going to the whole food. You get it? The whole food, not WH, but just HOLE. The birds. They're out here picking them up some worms. Yeah. Prices the way they are, I don't think they'd be buying big baskets of worms these days. Yeah, you would. Yeah. So Squatchin honored me, blessed me. She did some fan art for me, and I think it's wonderful. I think it's beautiful, and if I can just gush here for just a little bit, Squatchin, here recently, I had intentions. I don't know if Empress is in the chat this morning or not, but I've been working with Empress K, and she worked on an art piece for me, and I had every intentions of I guess what would you call it? Doing the debut, announcing it this morning. I worked on this. I've got a new. I don't know if it's going to be a limited run merch or if I'm going to just have it as a permanent fixture in my merch store or not. But I worked with Empress, so I don't think I'm going to do it today. I don't think this is the stream. This is the stuff we're going to be covering. I don't think this is the time to do this. So it's probably going to be tomorrow. But I say that to say this. In the recent days, weeks, I have paid more attention to the extremely talented people that we have in this community. Empress K, Squatchin, as you can see here on the screen, right? and I think she did a wonderful job. Now that's not to say that's not to say that the picture that that Shannery did of me, right? Which let's be brutally honest here, folks. Let's be honest with each other. Um, there were some certain liberties taken in the physique of Shannery's, and I was very I was very I was flattered that that because I don't think I've ever looked like that even in high school when I played football. I don't think I ever had a physique like that, but irrespective, I was very blessed and honored by that as well. Um, but when Squatchin did this picture here, I was really taken aback because I thought, this one really captures me, um, and captures who I am right now, right? Squatchin did the inner peepaw. You're probably right, Squatchin. Shawnee probably did do the inner peepaw. Yeah, exactly. The what I want to be, not what I am right now, but what I'm working towards. How about that? Right? It's the after what I am working towards. I had kind of staled. I'd kind of stalled a little bit in that journey, as we do sometimes, right? But I have been renewed. Um, I'm back to I am back to um, getting more physical exercise, and I am back to really watching the portions, the size of the portions of what I eat, to where I'm cutting way back on the amount that I eat, and then my next step is um, to be more mindful of what I eat, right? Um, because I've tried in the past. I've tried in the past where I go just full bore, right, and I eat the right type of food, and I eat the right type of portions, and I do the exercise, and it was I don't know if it was just such a shock to my body or what exactly, um, but uh, and I did it for like over a year and a half. I was exercising, different types of exercise 5 days a week. I was going to the gym. I was doing cardio. I was doing aerobics. I was doing some weightlifting. I was doing everything that and keeping it all mixed up and stuff as you're supposed to do, as I've been advised to do, by trainers. And it just I don't know. It just I got better health. I got a lot more stamina, and I got a lot more, energy and things like that. But my physique, my overall physique didn't change. I was still big, and I'm a big guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm like 6'2", right? 6'1" and a half, 6'2". And I've always been big, just, so even in high school, I was big, but I wasn't large. And I'm trying to get anyway. But Squatching, thank you. This 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 meant a lot to me, and I truly I do appreciate it. Um, and you are extremely talented, and she does commission, guys. Okay, as does Shannery, as does Empress K. Ren has done some phenomenal work here lately too, and he has been such a huge asset to like the DeadOnDave show, the artwork and stuff he's done. All these guys, all these different artists, they're open for commissions. And guys, listen to me. Their rates are, to me, extremely reasonable. It's not out of pocket. We're not talking about thousands of dollars for an art piece, right? And you know what? Here's the thing. I don't know if you guys have thought about this or not. It's not you think, oh well, I'm not a YouTuber. I don't need thumbnails, or I don't need this or that. You don't have to have thumbnails. What if you've got just a thought? You could have them do an art piece. You know, you send them a photograph or a picture of a pet or a special loved one or something like that, and they can digitally recreate that. And, you know, it could be gifts for birthdays, for Christmases, or something you just have printed and put up in your on your wall. I mean, some of this stuff, honestly, truthfully, is of that quality where you could put it on a wall. I'm not blowing smoke here. Now, granted, I'm not an art expert, and I haven't been to the Louvre, and I haven't seen masterpieces. But I honestly and truly believe a lot of these art pieces a lot of these art pieces that they do are you know, of that quality. So, all right. So, toxic piplup. Let's talk about this for a second. So, toxic piplup, is I don't know. He's got my buddy Banana doing this show called Squibbles, and so anyway, he's put out a little teaser here. The next episode is going to be March the 1st, which I'm pretty sure, is that not tomorrow? Yeah, that's tomorrow. So anyway, he's put out a little teaser here. Let's see because I enjoyed the hell out of the first one. I'll be honest with you. I found it just entertaining as all get out. So let's see what we got here.
Why is the category black?
Banana, you're a bitch.
You're a fucking faggot.
You're such a bitch, bro.
All right,
Complain about everything.
I'm gonna complain about your mom. Okay.
I'm going to complain about your... And he stopped. Come on, Banana. You didn't go with him. Oh. Too soon, Banana. Too soon. But anyway, March the 1st, 2023, we'll have our next episode of Fribbles, and I'm looking forward to it. So make sure you're scrubbed. You're subscribed to the Toxic Piplup channel so that you can catch that when it drops. Let's see, what's this next one here? Hang on, we got a guy coming out of some sort of box store, and he's got a giant Ultra HD, and he's got a unit. No, I haven't watched this. I have not seen this. This was sent to me by Purple. So if this is bad, you guys, you know where to direct it to. Come on, why aren't you? What is going on? There we go. Twitter's
Maybe
really
he's got, like,
been
an Uber
rough.
or something picking him up.
Oh, come on.
Okay, now he's got rope.
What is
Maybe this guy's picking him up. Nope. Okay, now he's putting the rope around the 75-inch TV in front of the target. Okay, now he's got this thing all around the TV.
I'm going to tell you something. If this homeboy rolls off out of here after
I have no idea what this guy's doing.
Oh, yeah, you do. I feel like this has to be a setup.
He's like now tying a knot around.
Come on. I don't want 5 minutes of freaking rope being tied. Here we go. So, okay, so he's made it into kind of like a backpack.
There is no way he's doing this. Oh my god.
This has to be a setup, right? This is like
he's
one of those.
Balancing the TV.
Yeah, you're great.
No.
Great play-by-play there, Howard Cosell.
Surely there's no way he's going to do this.
Yes, surely there is.
On the unicycle. There's no way.
All right, this is a setup. This has to be like one of those. You know what I'm saying?
There is no way he's doing this right now.
Why would you want to? More importantly, why would you want to? And look at the tire. The tire is freaking flat, y'all.
Dude, that's epic. Oh my gosh.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Seriously? I don't know. I think this is one of those, what do you call it, where it's like a, it's like one of those stage things or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys notice? Let me get the right finger here. Let me get it here. Notice that? I worked on that yesterday. Yeah, it's got my little socials popping up here. Yeah, River, Twitch. That may be up and coming, guys. I'm actually maybe thinking about maybe like Saturday after I finish my Saturday morning streams and I get a little breakfast in me, maybe another cup or two of coffee. I'm thinking about maybe doing some Twitch streaming and playing some video games. I don't really want to just I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. I'm toying with the idea. We'll see. So let's see. Does this thing work? It wasn't working yesterday. Is this one working today? Yeah, got that working again. Yay me. Go Peepaw. Technology. One last little clip here. This is a little clip from the whamming recording. And let's see, I want to make sure I get this right here. Empress. Yeah, Empress worked on this one. This is a little clip. It's a minute 13-second clip. So let's see here.
I'm sorry.
Sanders just go down the drain, go like, nah. You know what? Netflix and chill sounds like the perfect night out for romantic. Whatever.
We're gonna go out.
I'm sitting here
that is
like,
intimate.
I have a whole ass plan that like.
You have a plan? I want
I'm
to
a
hear it.
hopeless romantic. Of course, I have like a whole list of like ideal dates.
I
No,
am
but I
too,
think,
but
like-
I'm too much of a homebody.
No, I think my ideal date, and I've tried to do this with many guys, is to go out and watch a meteor shower. Have like, I don't know, hot chocolate or something.
Oh,
I don't know if this
that
is
sounds
because
really
I was
nice,
born
though.
during a meteor shower, or if it's just like because they're really pretty.
I've gotten head during a
Mm.
meteor shower. That was awesome.
Nice.
Well, did if
Chris, good night. Way to chime in there and be contributory there at the end there, Chris. Awesome. All right. So Sunday night, yeah, you gotta dirty up those wholesome moments exactly. So Sunday night, homeboy Edwin, Alabama Edwin, homeboy's got receipts. Edwin Acosta, did a second live stream. Like I said, I haven't watched it. I don't think I probably will. But anyway, so he did a live stream, and so I was watching. Like I say, I was watching Xylee. And I thought she was doing a phenomenal job. I thought she was doing a fantastic job of going over everything and covering everything. And like I said, with this whole situation, honestly and truthfully, I feel like I don't have a dog in this fight, right? I am not. I spoke to Edwin one time. He called into Clear's Mud podcast. He hung out with us a little bit, talked with us, whatever. And I was cool with that because honestly, I'm all about getting to meet new people and interacting with new people and, hang out with them and stuff. Because I think that meeting people is kind of the variety or the spice of life, right? So I was cool with that and everything. And then, and everything kind of, the cheese, as they say, slid off the cracker, right? And unbeknownst to me, I think unbeknownst to a lot of people, Edwin, after he finished up his stream Sunday evening, and I think like way after I went to bed, Edwin called into a channel by the name of, and I hope I'm saying this right, Akio Rules. Now, I really don't know anything about Akio. I don't know anything about her other than I think I've seen her a time or two. Like on a Stardust panel. Okay, so I think that's kind of because and I don't that's not my normal rotation or circle of content that I consume, right? Nothing against it. It's just not my wheelhouse, right? Because I don't much care for the whole debate, political, and the metaphorical, philosophical, whatever. I just don't get into that. It's just not my cup of tea. But anyway, Edwin called into her stream, and I think for the most part, other than just people that watch Akio, knew about this, right? Until last night. Last night, after we finished up the DeadOnDave show, whatever, right? I seen a lot of people tweeting that Edwin, or that Nick Diorio was live on Twitch, and that he was addressing some things about Edwin. Now, so I tuned in over there on Twitch to watch this, and for the first part of Nick's Twitch, he was just kind of going over the comeback stream or whatever, right? And was kind of dismantling it, and he was doing I thought a fine job at all that, what have you. And then he watched some of his video that he'd made on Edwin back, what it was, a couple of months ago, whatever it was, a month and a half ago. But then he started watching this Akio stream, and I believe, if I understood what he said right, he was kind of going into this blind, as far as I don't think he had pre-watched it. And when he got, it was what he, I don't think he was necessarily, he may have been hamming it a little bit, but I truly believe from what he was saying and his shock, he was really impressed with how she handled the situation. Now, I've got the video. The YouTube stream and stuff is still up on Akio's channel, right? The stream is like, let me see here. How long is this thing? Its stream is like 7 hours long. So she is a mad lab when it comes to streaming, evidently. 7 hours of a consistent stream like that. My garden seed. I don't think I could talk that long. I don't think I'm that interesting. I don't think I have that much to say. But irrespective, at about the 5 hour mark is when Edwin calls in. Now, what we're going to do here is there is a clip here that Maggot Edits put out of that stream. It's at the very, very end of the stream, and there's where Edwin calls in. And I'll be honest with you, there's nowhere we're going to be able to get to that today. We are going to watch part of the interaction of this. I don't want to watch too terrible much of this because I think Akio really puts Edwin's feet to the fire, and really just she was very masterful in how she handled the situation. And in my opinion, has gotten more out of Edwin than anybody to date. So, that being said, oh crap, wrong button. Wrong keypad. All right. So let's start with this clip that Maggot has provided us here.
Yeah.
Why?
Anyways,
Like, okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
why?
I really didn't mean to.
No,
I didn't know
no.
this was gonna be the kind of the vibe. What?
Well, then I'm sorry. I guess you just don't know that, like, the things that we talked about with like abusive situations. Like, I actually do care about that, and I can't just like let things go when someone's still not being honest. So, yeah.
Sure.
So
right, but
you can come back when you're ready to be honest.
Here.
Hmm?
I hope that there's no implication of abuse throughout any of this, though.
Oh no,
Okay, yeah.
no.
No,
I'm
and
saying
I mean,
that I
if you want
care
to talk about
about.
this off, like,
I
off
care
platform,
about people who are actually like. I care about people getting fucked over. How about that? You
Okay,
talk about abuse. That's why I talked about it.
If you're genuine about that, I invite you to have a call off stream. I would love for that, you know?
No, I don't think you're gonna be any more honest
then
than
you
you
don't
are
really
now.
care.
Yeah,
Then you
no,
don't
not. I don't. I think you're full of shit. I watched this stuff today,
Well-
and I don't think you're being honest. But
And
maybe someday
unfortunately,
you
I
will.
go, you're full of shit too, because you don't fucking care, and you'll find out eventually.
Okay.
All right. Let's back this up a second. Let's break this down a smidgen. So Edwin does not want to continue this conversation with the Keo because it's this whole it's a lie. Okay. There's no other way to paint this. It's a lie that he's shielding himself, saying, well, it's personal. They don't, the women don't want him talking about this. And so to protect them so that they're not being dragged, I'll talk to you about this offline in private, but I won't talk about this publicly. That's the lie he's telling. And how we know this is a lie? Because if you go to the Now Recording podcast on the night that Edwin was doing his first live stream, there's a conversation that occurs because Repzilla calls into that stream. Okay. And Repzilla is talking about how, that he has talked with Olivia, he has talked with Babs, and, he tried to mediate between them and Edwin. And, the statement was made that they didn't want Edwin talking about that. Right. That was the statement that was made by Repzilla. One problem. Babs was in the chat. Babs says that's no. And she was very adamant. And so she eventually calls into the stream and she clarified. She wanted to make sure it was poignant. She says she did not want Edwin calling her a clout whore because that's just not true. See, the whole thing about clout is this, right? If somebody's a content creator, right? If somebody is a social media person, right? Then yeah, there's a need or desire for, quote, clout. You want people to come and watch your content. You want people to come and, and so, okay. But she's not doing that. She's not a content creator. I don't think Babs has a YouTube channel. Now, she has an account, a Google account that she uses to get into live streams and to talk and interact, right? And here's a little thing, right? When you create a Google account, guess what? You automatically get a YouTube channel, right? It used to not be that way, but it is now. It goes hand in hand, right? But it does not mean that you are a content creator. Just because you have a YouTube channel out there, and you can even get people that subscribe to your YouTube channel, and there may not be one iota of content, nothing, right? And I don't think Babs has done any of these things, right? Bab was just clarifying, and she went on further to clarify in conversations that she had with Xylee, and she just basically said this: while she would prefer that this would stop, right? Because it is very stressful, it is very anxiety ridden for her, right? Because she's not a YouTuber, she's not a creator, and to have all these people talking about her is a little bit overwhelming and nerving. I can get that. I 100% can understand that, right? What she said is, rather than to continue to beat around the bush, to continue to hem-haw and to allude to or skirt to the edge of, she would prefer that the truth would just, in its unadulterated, unequivocal, the antiseptic light that is truth, just be over with and done. And I understand, and I appreciate that, and I can get that, right? But here's what I'm going to say. I think at this point in time, it has become painfully clear to me that Edwin nor Salvo are going to tell the whole truth. Okay, they're going to tell, and here's the thing too. I'm gonna be generous in a smidge, and just a smidge. I'm gonna be generous, right? There's Edwin's truth. There's Salvo's truth. There is Babs' truth, right? And a person's truth is their experience and their views from their eyes as far as what their perspective was, right? But at the heart of it, if you get all three of those people to tell unequivocally the truth and whole truth and nothing but the truth, as they saw it, as they experienced it, through their eyes, right? Then in the middle, the populace takes all those three things, and you will arrive at a conclusion. Now, you're going to have certain people that are more leaning towards Edwin because they are more in his camp. You'll have people that are in Salvo's camp, and you'll have people that are in Babs's camp. But if you look at things logically and you come at this from an unbiased, and you just listen to it, somewhere in the middle is the truth, as close as you'll ever get without there being some sort of video evidence for you to watch, because the camera doesn't lie, right? The camera is not biased. It just records, and that's it, right? So that's it, right? But here's something because I want to replay this little segment. This, I think, is so telling about Edwin. And I hope I've backed this up far enough. I want to back up just a little bit more here. So let's listen to this, what he says.
I think you're full of shit. I watched this stuff today, and I don't think you're being honest, but maybe someday you will.
You're full of shit too, because you don't fucking care, and you'll find out eventually.
He says, she says, I think you're full of shit. I don't think being in a private conversation is going to do anything, because you're not being honest, right? So Edwin says, well, if you won't engage in this private conversation with me, then I think you're full of shit too, and you just don't care. And he says, and then he kind of throws, there at the end, he throws or tosses a very veiled threat, right? Listen to what he says.
Because you don't fucking care, and you'll find out eventually.
He says, you will find out eventually, right? Why do we have to? So, I mean, I think that he's kind of saying that, you know, to me, what he's saying there is that, you know, that he's, I guess, going to release something or do something that is going to make all these people look like they have egg on their face, right? Now, let's see here. Let me get this up here. This is the stream. And so what I'm going to do here, guys, let me just share this here. Copy. I'm going to put this in the chat for you guys. All right. That's a Keel stream where Edwin calls in, okay? And like I say, he calls in around the 5-hour mark, somewhere in there, right? And so I'm kind of running out of time this morning. But we'll listen to just a little bit of this here. But I would encourage you greatly, if you have not watched this, if you have not consumed this, go watch it in its entirety.
Well, then why was it like a thing? I feel like once would be a mistake, but
Yeah, exactly.
Are you saying
it's
that
very
she
complicated.
overhyped it?
She just
She lied about it.
Huh?
She lied about it.
Well, she was okay. The thing is, and look, I'd love to talk about this offline. I don't want to provoke anything, but like she was very upset that night, and she got really she essentially took it as if I purposely went into that room when. Why would I do that, right? Like she told me to go into the middle room, and then she got really mad that I went into that room when it's like, huh?
See, now here's something. They're talking about this cat room, and I'll be honest with you. Again, there's aspects to this that I don't understand. Akio had these questions about this cat room, and I assume I'm not going to assume anything. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying it becomes very confrontational, becomes very, very, and what I'll say is this. It seemed to me that Akio, because listen, guys, she had receipts. She pulls up things on the screen. She catches him and paints him into a corner. And like I said, for the first time, I think he is actually taken to task a little bit. And he didn't like it because he wasn't allowed to run with his narrative. He wasn't allowed to run with his truth as he sees it or wants it to be. And here's the thing. I'll be generous. I'll be a little generous here. I probably shouldn't be, but I'm going to be. There could very well be some truths in what he's saying. There could be. I don't know. Wasn't there. But all I'm going to say is that the more that he tries to be, how do I say this? It's almost, it's like an eel. He's just like a slimy little eel. And every time you ask him very poignant, specific questions, he starts slithering away, and you can't grasp and you can't get a hold of him, and because he doesn't want to answer those questions. Because why? Why will he not answer the questions? His argument that he's putting forth is, well, it's because they don't want me talking about it. That's not true. The reason why I feel, my opinion, right, is that because it makes him look horrible. You know, and for so long, Edwin has had this reputation of being like an advocate for victims, right? And so if there was if there's things that come to light, if there's things that prove that Edwin potentially could have, maybe possibly, I don't know. If he did something to where he goes from being a champion of victims to causing or creating one, that could be, well, dare I say, that could be career ending. That could be, it could be all over with, because he has become the very thing that he has supposedly fought against. I don't know. Last night, these, I guess you'd call them screenshots that I'm fixing to bring up here, were dropped. Now, this could be what Edwin was alluding to. Okay? This could be what Edwin was alluding to about when he said, "You will find out." As you can see here, it says Dove Receipts, Volume 3, Kingstar Cons Piracy. I think that's supposed to be conspiracy, but it's, anyway, someone with that public school education at work. But anyway, you can see here, this is a, it looks like it's a Google Sheets doc, or anyway. And it's got a link. And this is for the Keemstar show. And then we got timestamp. So we got timestamps and comments. So let's look at this. 654, Edwin, switch teams in more ways than one. 18, Keem mocks, I wish I could have a better taste in my mouth. So this whole thing, this is what they're alluding to, or what this was. It was innuendos about there being a sexual interaction between, I would assume, Edwin and Salvo. And so they're doing timestamps to where they can go in and, I guess, poke holes and at this, what have you, right? And 1954, why is Edwin hoping Salvo doesn't have many lovers? 24 minutes. Edwin says, I had no idea that Salvo was cheating on his wife. 25 minutes. Edwin says, over the last couple of days, doing these interviews, so on and so forth, right? And then you see down here, you can see here, Keemstar, because you can see there's other sheets this, right? Can you guys see that? Do I need to blow this up? Okay, let me go this way. Let me go down here. Let me zoom this in there. Can you see this? See that? When you do a spreadsheet, right? You can have different tabs at the bottom, right? And each tab is a different group of cells, and so whatever, right? So what it says here is Keem Car Ride Show. Nick hate Edwin, right? So I'm fairly certain that is in reference to the stream where Keemstar was, the Keemstar Ride Show. No, this is, hang on. Okay, so this is the title of the document, and then down here is, so we have two different groups here. We have one where this is the Keemstar Ride show, and then there's the Nick hates Edwin, and then we have this other one. This is a continuation of the notes where it says, this is where Babs is talking about where she offered everybody a titty shot. Edwin made a big deal like I was creepy. They were were they pressuring Chris to get into bed with y'all? Salvo and Edwin said they didn't go do any gay stuff. Jesus, what Edwin and Salvo did is between them. If they want to come out with that, they can. So on and so forth. So evidently, if we are to believe these leaked screenshots, right? Exactly, Scott Watching. I think this is exactly what this was. I think these were That was his notes. That was his. And here's the thing: don't know if he's going to make a video or not, but he's, so when he makes that little veiled threat to is it a key? God, I'm so horrible with freaking names. Akio, when he makes that little veiled threat, remember over here, says, you will find out about that, right? You will find out. Remember? He says, you don't care. You don't really care. You're full of shit. You don't care because you won't get into a private conversation with me. So. Abby says, I'm going to say, fuck the hate train. Stop listening to Zali. Woman L, I'm going to sleep. Well, you're entitled to your opinion, Abby. But I think if anybody has a right now to have a hate train or whatever, I think it's Ziley. Without a doubt, unequivocally, she has a right. She was brigaded. She was inundated. She was, don't forget, guys, she was on a Edwin stream and she was treated horribly. She took a lot of crap on Edwin's stream, right? She took a lot of crap in her streams and stuff because of dogpiling, because of the Salvo's news team and the Salvo fans and all that stuff. Remember the pancakes? Remember all that? Remember the pancake emojis, all that stuff everywhere? Remember all that crap? And then Edwin gets a couple of tomatoes in his and he can't handle it. He starts, the very things that they kind of went after Ziley about. That's all I want to say. The thing about it is this. That's what I've always said. If you're going to sit there and preach at people, and you're going to sit there and say, hey, X, Y, and Z, and then when the shoes turn and they come on the other foot, as they do, as they always do, you better do X, Y, and Z, because if you don't, then you kind of look a little hypocritical. That's all I'm going to say. But hey, if you think that this is, it, what is this here? Got a DM here. Let's see what this is. Okay, let's take a look at this here. Let me close all this out. So, what is this here? So this is coming. Let's take a listen to this. See what this is here. This is a clip from Edwin.
Oh, wait.
Happy birthday, Edwin. Bye-bye.
It is not Eva's birthday.
She's an OTK now. Guys, Seer is a big time groomer.
Pardon?
Well,
pardon?
Wrong.
He was.
Very wrong word.
I don't know if he is anymore. Like he fucked with a lot of girls. Like he took a lot of advantage of us. It's fucking weird. Like I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Like he couldn't fucking sue me for saying that kind of shit. Like I've got plenty of girls in my. No, Seer is like, dude. When we were friends, like, he was 25 and he was like dating a 17-year-old. It was fucking weird. He was literally going to a fucking high school's house and driving to her house and fucking her against the fucking bed frame. It was weird. Yeah. Anyways, you guys, if you guys follow Seer on Twitch, you're following a fucking pedophile. I'm sorry.
What is that old saying? People, glass houses, Anyway. I don't know, guys, if we've seen, like I said, there was, Zadi did a stream last night. I think that stream has now been privated. There were some things said last night in that stream. And, anyway. This may get a lot worse before it gets better. I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm not part of, I'm not in the inner circles, as it were, so I don't know what's being discussed. I don't know what's being said. I don't know what is known. I don't know what is unknown. I don't know. My advice would be this to the three people that know, and that would be Babs, that would be Edwin, and that would be Salvo. Quit being cute. Quit trying to be funny about things. Lay the cards on the table. Let the light of truth come in and disinfect the situation. If there are things that need to be apologized for, apologize for it sincerely, and go on with this. Because as long as you keep doing these little double takes and these little saying things without saying a damn thing and alluding to and then but not, and making these veiled threats, all it's going to do is continue to cause people to speculate. It's going to cause people to continue to dig. And I think at this point, this has become such a fire that there's not going to be putting it out until the truth is complete, the whole story. Not bits and pieces, not little tidbits here and there, but the complete and total story is 100% presented. Period. So, Anyway, so tonight, DeadOnDave, we will have the official, I guess would be the way to put it. Yeah, the official the official Tuesday, that's right, Tuesday co-host, Somebody Loves Me, Bunny Buttons, is now going to be Dave's Tuesday co-host. And, he offered that or extended an invitation to Keemstar, and Keemstar didn't even respond, didn't even, really acknowledge it. So, we had I did a show with Bunny, and she just did an excellent job. And so Dave extended the invitation to her. So tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe, we will have the maiden voyage of the Tuesdays with Bunny over on DeadOnDave. So make sure you guys tune in for that. I'm sure it will be entertaining as I'll get out. Don't know for sure what all will be talked about and will be discussed, but It will always be entertaining. It will always be funny. That will always have some laughs. That goes without saying, I believe. So, anyway, listen. Go check out. Like I said, I put the link to the full stream with Akio. Akio. I'm pretty sure Nick said that he was going to. I don't know if the live stream from on his Twitch is still up or not. I don't know if that the VOD is there or not, but I do know he said that it would end up on probably his second channel at some point in time. I don't know what the time frame is that he has to wait from it being on Twitch before you put it on another platform. I'm not for sure what that timeline is. Anyway. Ren says, I don't see this ending soon. I agree with you, Ren. I agree with you. I don't think Sarah Sausage, Sausage, I guess. I hope this actually ends soon. I want to get back to the fun and entertaining things of commentary. No more serious allegations. I hope this is resolved soon. And I agree with you. I would prefer, quite honestly, I would have preferred we never even had to talk about this. I would prefer that nothing ever even actually happened. That would have been the, you know, the great thing to, it just never even, there was nothing to even talk about. Right. Yeah, like I said, I don't think this is going to end until either the light of truth is fully put out on the table by the three, or until, I guess, the mob gets their pound of flesh. You know? Anyway. Listen, guys, I guess I learned a lesson not to say I'm not going to cover something, because I had to eat some crow this morning. Yeah, it is what it is. Never say never, right? Never say never. You guys have a great day. Have a great Tuesday. Make sure to tune in tonight with Dave. Keep an eye on the Fibbles for tomorrow over on Toxic Pip Club. If you haven't watched the video over on Now Recording, where the whole conversation occurs between Babs and primarily Repzilla, I think that's an interesting watch as well. So anyway, on that note, I gotta get out of here. You guys keep your powder dry, and hopefully I'll see you in the funny papers again real soon.